At this point, it feels like somebody or something may have somehow got a hold of it. Thank you for joining our family.
We're happy you're here.
Hey everybody. It's been a long week so far, but thankfully I'm off work, made it home, dressed up, cleaned up, and we are ready for a great day of chores. Running around, doing all kinds of stuff like that. I got stuff from the library needing to go back, DVDs that I think we forgot to send back. We'll see if we have like some late fees. Then I need to start hunting down a few things, such as food, of course, for like the week. Healthy food, I believe. And I gotta find a cord for this. So this is my Wacom tablet. It's what I draw on. And like it had been some time since I like picked it up because like so much was going on. I didn't have like free time to really sit down and start drawing. And strangely enough, I found everything for it but the cord. And the cord, like I always keep my stuff together or like plugged into each other. But the cord had been completely like removed and it's gone. Tore up the house looking for it. I always put things in specific spots. If it's not in there, it's like in the cord drawer or in different spots that I always put things. This is why I don't ever lose things, is that I always use like the same 3 spots. So it's always gotta be in those 3 spots. They were not. Tore up the house, everywhere where I would put it, everywhere where I would have not put it, or just like in my area. At this point, it feels like somebody or something may have somehow got a hold of it and like maybe pulled it out, which it easily pulls out. It's kind of loose. I may have needed a new one eventually anyway. And I had like removed it and ate it, or just like put it in a spot that I would have never gone, like maybe upstairs, or maybe they thought of something else and took it. I don't know. All I know is, yeah, I'm not exactly pleased by that, but thankfully it's not that expensive to like fix. It's not like actually trying to replace this entire thing. Anyway, so yeah, chores time, go take you with me. You get to watch what I get to do. As much as I can. It's not easy doing this iPhone thing, like walking around and all that crap. Definitely miss the camera. Miss Shannon a bit more. 50-50. Love you, Shannon. See you guys in a bit.
Hi everybody. So unfortunately I'm feeling a little bit, out for the count today. So at least from my end, I don't know what Hubbykins is going to be doing, but at least from my end, my clips might be more of these sit down, talking to you one-shots. I definitely feel like the medications that our OBGYN has me on are working, but at the same time, at this point, I have almost been bleeding for 2 months. So, it's not surprising to me to think that I'm going to have some bad days. And I just woke up today and was having a bad day. I've just been having like a lot of cramping and a lot of pain in my lower pelvic area. I keep wanting to say uterus, but I don't think that's accurate. Just like my lower pelvis. Like when my husband's like, what are you talking about? Like I normally explain it to him as just like very, 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 very sharp and like strong period cramps. Like I've had regular period cramps and these are definitely worse. And sometimes taking a Midol or doing the period cures don't work. So the only thing that I can think to explain it as is that it has something to do with the PCOS. And on that note, I've also been very nauseous today and just sick to my stomach. Very sick to my stomach. been trying to talk to Mark as much as I can. I know that he's getting tired. He's really looking forward to having his days off, and I think he's going to be off tomorrow. So he should have a couple days off to rest and recuperate. But I know that even after he, does his work on site, there's stuff that he's having him do off site to earn his bonus, his startup bonus. So I know that he has a lot on his plate, which is why I have been trying to, take over the editing responsibilities on this trip. It's been a little bit of a new thing. Like, I did not do most of the editing or keeping track of the camera and making sure it was charged while we were in Oregon. It was something that he liked to do. He's very computer savvy, things like that. I mean, I'm assuming he liked to do it. He never asked. But he also never complains, so maybe I should be a better wifey. But I've enjoyed it. I feel like I've been getting it, down to a science, and I know what to do quickly once I get all my clips in one place and I'm working with them, so I am confident about that, and that makes me happy. But I just wanted to talk to you guys and, explain why this video isn't interesting. I don't know. I'm sorry. I get embarrassed when, I feel like I'm not putting up worthwhile things that I wouldn't necessarily want to watch. So I get embarrassed, but I hope all of you viewers over there who know what PCOS is, know someone who has had it or has it yourself, will understand where I'm coming from and give me some grace. I'm praying for all of you. I'd appreciate prayers. All I'm doing is doing the best that I can.
Okay, so we got the books taken back and the videos and all that good stuff, and it turned out we had 3 weeks on them. I could have swore we had a week maybe, but hey, no fines. I am glad. Costco was, oh my gosh, it was so packed, it wasn't even funny. I mean, I remember from last time, sweetie, one video, yeah, anyway, it was so packed, I couldn't even get in the back to the chicken. So at that point, I was just I'm too tired. I'll come in tomorrow, I'll get the chicken, I'm going to eat unhealthy one more time. So got me a burrito. Not going to do what I did whenever I was super tired. Apparently I made 5 videos, all including me talking about the burrito. I don't know why. Apparently I was super excited about the burrito. I just ranted about the burrito. She only had one good clip, I think, of me actually saying something coherent, and it wasn't really. It was bad. I was delirious with tiredness. I apologize for that.
Okay, yay. So I'm actually really excited to announce that I've actually had a pretty productive day while I've been sick in bed today. So I actually, started to move along on the process for nursing school. So what I did was I went to this website. I think it's studentclearinghouse.org, but it's the National Student Clearinghouse, and they are a mediator for working with colleges to handle transcript shuffling for whatever the case may be. So we paid a $6 fee, which was a lot less expensive than I was thinking it was going to be, to get my transcripts from my school here in Florida sent to us in Oregon, so that I could give the school that has a nursing program in Oregon their signed, sealed, things like that, the transcripts that they want to see, so that I can finally meet up with an advisor. Hopefully sometime when I get back. I'm not getting back until December 20th, 21st technically. So I don't suspect that I'll get to talk to anybody before the new year, but at least hopefully the ball will be rolling. I actually got the transcript sent to my house, to our house, Mark and I's, so that I would know when they were received, and so that I could drive them up, and if anyone's oh, we didn't receive your transcripts, I can say without a shadow of a doubt, yes you did, because I bought them over here. I don't like waiting or having someone else, if I can avoid it, I like to be the one handling my things, just because then I feel like I have my life under better control. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, I feel your pain. Being a control freak, And I say that with love. Like, I say I'm a control freak all the time. It just makes me feel up in arms when I don't feel like I'm in control of the situation. So that's why I got them sent to my house. So fingers crossed, I'm finally doing what I need to do on my end so that they can have all the paperwork and the information they need to do what they need to do on their end. So I'm very hopeful and very optimistic that 2016 is going to be a good year.
So I also got this cord. Thank you, Radio Shack, seriously. Got this cord for the Wacom tablet. It's much longer than the last one I had. I swear it's like 2 feet long. I could not move around it. I mean, it was not good. Anyway, yeah, I got a 15-foot long one, very cheap. Thankfully, I can just, like, make this as long as I need it to be and, like, tie it up where I don't need it to be. Yay. Wonderful. Happy. Cheap, too. Thank you, Radio Shack. Also, like, it was actually really was a good find, because in that thing, it had, like, a really small bridge, so you have to have, like, the perfect head to go in. If it's just slightly too big, it won't fit. Like, that is borderline. And I'm not talking about the actual jack, I mean this little housing. Like, here, let me show you. Whoever thought of making something that deep should lose their job. I'm sorry, but that was a bad design choice. It's deep in there. You have to submerge the entire head. That's what she said. Okay, so now we have this little nightmare back here. Jazzy. She's in my seat whenever I got back, like she usually is. That's not like the issue. I'll make sure it's still recording. It's been having issues where it like stops all of a sudden. I think an app in the back might be affecting it. Anyway, my fault for not turning off all my apps before I actually do something like this. She's sitting in my seat, and like she usually does, but she's acting weird. She's like cowering and just like wouldn't leave my seat. She just like wanted me, and I'm wondering, like, I'm sure it's just that Shannon's not here and she's feeling out of place. I'm just very nervous that maybe something's wrong with her and I may need to take her to the vet. So my head is like rushing with all the possibilities, but for right now I'm just going to take her back home, keep watching her, see if she'll eat, get some water in her, see what might be going on. If this is the last clip of the day because I have to like rush her to the vet, thank you for joining the family. If not, you'll definitely see me soon, in like a second. Yeah, sorry. But either way, I'm going to keep you posted on what's going on with Jasmine. I'm sure she'll be okay, but I don't want to take any risks. Alright, thank you for joining the family.
Okay, so I was actually looking at one of the clips that Mark had sent to me and then I put in yesterday's video, and I really just wanted to take the time to tell you all a little bit about Jasmine. Jasmine is our rescue that we adopted from Clatsop Animal Shelter. It's an animal shelter in Oregon. We rescued her. She was about 6 months or so when we adopted her, and we got her right after we got married. Mark actually had her for a couple weeks by himself before I moved out, but she is definitely our baby. She knows both of us as her little parents, and I couldn't be any happier. From an outsider's perspective watching the clip, I tried to anticipate what someone else's thoughts would be, or what they would think after watching the clip that he made about the doggy gate. So I just thought that I would take the time to do some clarifying. Jasmine is a Shar-Pei Shepherd, and she is the most nervous, anxiety-prone, sweet little tender spirit I have ever met. Like, never before in my life have I ever, without a shadow of a doubt, believed that, you know, an animal has a little soul like she does. I truly believe she has a little soul in her. And you know, we try to take her little spirit into account when we're making decisions for her and for our family and for the well-being of the house. I'm very impressed with her to be able to say that You know, if we put her outside, she'll walk around the yard and somehow she knows the parameters of the yard. Ever since we've gotten her, we've been able to put her outside and she can play in the backyard for a little bit, and she doesn't leave the yard. I'm very impressed. Coming from, you know, having an experience with my dog here in Florida who, you know, if we let her out the front door, she'll be down the street and we won't see her again. That was very different, but also very impressive to see. She knows where she lives and she knows where her space is. We use, and 90% of the time she has free reign of the house. She's downstairs, upstairs, she's just doing her thing. We use the doggy gate sometimes on the stairs, downstairs in the basement, you know, much like a baby gate, you know, and it just helps her to differentiate in her mind when it's time to play downstairs and not be upstairs. And it's just easier to have that barrier there than to have her not understand why every time she tries to go upstairs we're calling her back down. So it's just a way to have that barrier there so she knows, like, downstairs is your space for right now. But we don't have it closed all of the time. Up until recently, I guess yesterday when he put the gate back up, we didn't even have it up for a long time. But we do have to take into consideration that an adult foster home is ran in our house. And with my husband now working, he cannot, you know, he or I cannot have, currently, with me being gone and him starting work, cannot have the opportunity to be on Jasmine watch. And so we have to take into consideration the well-being of the people upstairs and who we're caring for when making these decisions. So it's never our intent to shun her downstairs or make her feel like she's not part of the family. It's actually the exact opposite. And if we're not, you know, expecting, you know, company, or, you know, instances where him or I are there and we can be on Jasmine watch, the gate's not even used. So I don't want anyone to get the wrong idea that we leave our dog locked downstairs in the basement. That's far from accurate. But I was just watching that clip that he made, and was trying to, you know, put myself in an outside person's position watching that and being like, what would I think if I was watching that clip and not knowing, you know, the full story. So I just wanted to, I just wanted to clarify.
Who's your good puppy? Who's your good puppy? Yes. Yes. Alright, Jazzy is feeling better, I think. I talked to my grandmother, and I think that, she hasn't been getting much sleep. This dog has, like, quick spurts of energy, and then she sleeps for, 20 hours. Jazzy, hey, you look at me, huh? You look at me. And I guess, without me or Shannon around, she hasn't been, sleeping much. So I think why she's been kind of acting all weird is I think she's been kind of lethargic from lack of sleep. When we got home, she went straight to sleep, woke up, and just felt so much better. We played, didn't we? Yes, we did. Yes, we did. So she's acting better. I think she's gonna be okay. Yes. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes. Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? Oh, give you something to miss, Shannon. Yeah. I believe crisis is over, and thank you for joining the family. We're glad you're here. Aren't we? Aren't we? Oh, she just like a sheep. I can actually feel her. I think she might be a sheep. Gosh.